Hi, I'm Cristy, and we are doing the Journey to TEDx Wilmington. This is a new segment that we put together for all the speakers that are coming into Wilmington, Delaware on April 29th. I always have to think about that because it's going to be such an exciting weekend. Like we have so much planned for our speakers, but the event is happening on the 29th. Tickets are available. I'm going to make sure I got links hit below that people can come and see everybody. I am speaking today to one of my favorite people. Yes, Miss Anna Choi. You are incredible. I've worked with Anna on lots of different things, helping the mind, body, and soul. And I am so excited for your talk because I want to get into the nitty gritty. So Anna, for our listeners, watchers, all that stuff, please give us a little bit about you.
Yes. So my vision for the world is that world peace is an alive and living reality that starts with inner peace. And having been burned out so many times over the years from my first business, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, and I was a financial advisor as a broke art major, really worked my butt off and was financially successful in a couple of years, grossing six figures as a young 20-year-old out of college, but it physically collapsed, one day. And the burnout actually traced back even to when I was in high school, and I was scholar athlete running the school's, ASB vice president, and, taking college classes, and a competitive violinist, and I would get 5 hours of sleep. And so it started really young, just pushing, achieving, accomplishing. And every time was a different kind of burnout. And then I, was a stay-at-home mom for a couple years, water birthed my son, and that's a whole different kind of emotional, physical burnout with your body. And then I started my second company, and eventually was in the tech industry for event consulting for social impact. And now as a sole breadwinner, supporting my house and a spouse and a son, different kind of pressure. So super at that point was financial burnout, because at that point, that was a big low. We actually were in a lot of debt from my husband's master's that he never used. Right?
We've heard that story
70,000
many times before with many people. Yes.
It's nuts, right? I mean, nuts. It's so, anyway, that's a whole other soapbox. And so paying that off, but then also just from the hard times before when I wasn't working, making up. And it was weird because I was making a lot of money, but I was all going to debt. So it felt really tight. And at one point even asked my parents to borrow money. This is just in my early 30s. I had a family, and they didn't really have it. So that was my all-time low. And when I hit that low, and I had spiritual burnout at that point too. What I was doing, the tech industry did not fill my soul at all. So I was recommended by my coach to go see Ma, which is my energy master, and completely had, with money I didn't have on a credit card, flew across on total faith because I was probably desperate at that point, and met Ma. And at the same time, a little bit before that, I had also met my other enlightened master, El Chi Li, which is the Qigong Tai Chi body brain practice that I do as well. So the two of them combined, I needed not just one, but two enlightened masters that are living to come. And they
You're a double team in it.
I know. It's I call them mom and dad.
So well rounded.
But together they really, that's what began my energy mastery journey. So now it's been 8 years just since that point of intensive, being a student and training and teaching. And so I didn't know I loved healing martial arts until I came across it, Tai Chi Qigong, but also I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, and being able to, and a recent one, but being able to utilize that for today is a lot of, what the TEDx talk is about. Going through all these phases of burnout, different types, it's not just financial or spiritual or work or physical or emotional. There really is all the types. And it's only when you can integrate all of those pieces of mind, body, heart, and soul that you can then, shine your brilliance.
That's amazing. Yeah, I was hoping that your talk was going to be about this because you are, first off, you are just an incredible soul. I mean, you you just shine when are teaching and talking about this. So it is definitely a passion of yours. There's no doubt. But you're so good at it, and like you're infectious as you share the energy with people. So you've taught many amazing things to me that I utilize every day. So I am very excited that you are going to be sharing this with TEDx Wilmington. The attendees don't even know what they're in for, and I really think that it's going to be amazing. So I guess one of the questions that I have is, now we know obviously why it's important to you to talk about this, but what impact, like what kind of person are you trying to impact? Because I think so many people have this story of burnout and spiritual burnout, financial, all that stuff. So who are you looking to impact?
Yes, this is a message for all, that will resonate no matter where you're coming from. And my specialty, just because I've been a 20-year entrepreneur, right, is specifically also about the high achievers, the conscious, creative, business leaders and entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, and that group and that domain. I just really understand because I've been in that domain for so long, of what's unique, the many hats that people wear. Sometimes it's someone who has a side hustle or is just starting out and they have a corporate job or a kind of contract kind of work. Sometimes, you are just a student though, and you're overwhelmed. I was like that in college too. So I forgot to say, but I had like a severe case of IBS, right? The thought, have to run to the bathroom like all the time. Not cool.
It's incredible how that mind and body really work together, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, I would say general high achievers, this is going to speak to.
And I think that's an important message too, to get out there, because I think a lot of high achievers feel like they have to have it all together at all times. And that really leads to that burnout. So I think that message is so super important. I'm just so happy you're going to be helping so many people. And then of course, as it goes online, what impact, people are like, wow, that's so wild when you say the world, but what impact are you hoping your talk has on the world?
Yes. I mean, it ties back to the big grand vision, right, of world peace is an alive and living reality, but like starting with people's inner peace. Because what we see out there with the war, and like, it's crazy. There's like current incarceration, there's slavery, there's all these things still happening. And, that's just a reflection in my worldview of what's the internal war we face day to day with our thoughts and our emotions and, who to listen to, the ego, the soul, all of that. And so by being able to create inner peace and joy and aliveness and fulfillment just for being alive, that's what I want each and every person to feel, such that begins to reflect the inside to the outside. I mean, inside's always reflecting into the outside, but in my view. So that, on a person to person level and a macro level at the same time, is that impact. And I can't tell you too, like it's especially since the pandemic, a lot of people, the energy work that I do, it's like there's high performance, right? Of discipline and we do all those things. Like I pop up at 5 a.m. I do an hour meditation every day, even if I travel. Like I do 103 bows. I go into my day. I'm full of energy. I do yoga 5 times a day. I have a great husband. I'm able to be spontaneous and chaperone with my son. I could go on and on and on and make people, I don't want to make them feel anything else than share what's possible. That's why I share this, not to brag, but to just share what is possible. But it's not about having it all, because that's not the point, because there's people that do that, right? Where we take it is to the next level, because in the pandemic, I realized I'm relying on massages, my energy masters, all these things that are healthy for me, but still outside myself.
Yes, that makes sense.
When it all was removed, everything got canceled. All my retreats, everything that I had for well-being was like gone. I just had me and Zoom. And so I had to go within. I was like forced to go inside, as they say, both physically and literally and spiritually in every way. And when I did that, I started having the same bliss moments that I could only achieve when I was like in a deep meditation and silence, with a bunch of spiritual community on a mountaintop. Literally went to the like Tibet on a mountaintop with all the monks. And I would have those moments, but like it was still external in at the time. So I was able to recreate that same moment of bliss on a normal day, on a normal circumstance. I mean, it was COVID, but like, what I'm saying? It's just a day to day with my kid, my husband, doing nothing, in boredom or whatever. And naturally, it's naturally have that blissful moment, which everyone has. I am not special. I am just like anyone else. We just have a lot of crap and layer in the way, right? That can't have us experience what's naturally, energetically always flowing through us. And, making that distinction of enlightenment's not a destination. And then you also hear, oh, we already are enlightened, right? Babies are the most enlightened. They truly are. They're so present, right? Magnetic. It's that we are, but we don't experience it because of the separation of the ego and all the layers. So it's really about delayering, and that's what the talk I want to have happen for people is give a taste. Obviously, we can't go into all of it, but give a taste of an insight, a perception shift that allows them to now experience who they really are.
I love that because so many people, I think, like you said, they're relying on somebody else to help bring them peace. And you're showing them how to get it within themselves. It's like that saying, teach a man to fish. You're teaching them how to fish instead of just giving them the fish. And it's a beautiful concept. And like I have to sing your praises again because I was disillusioned by the fact of like meditations and different things like that it had to be one way. And I couldn't get to that level, that deep level. And so you taught me some different methods in meditation. And my favorite one is the movement meditation, because that really, I'm a silent stressor. So that really works me, because all of a sudden now I'm not within myself. I'm out. I'm pushing it out. And I go deeper now in my meditation as I'm like marching around the house or, doing the things that I'm doing through it. And it's a beautiful thing. So
Yes.
your knowledge is gold, I'm telling you. So everybody's going to get a really great deal of information out of you. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I have another question though. Like,
I
how are
just
you
want to say one
preparing
piece there
for
before you
this?
go on because it's
Oh,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You said such gold. Life is a meditation, a moving meditation. So you are speaking to what is truly a lifestyle of becoming and being enlightened and embodying that light. I mean, enlightenment's like a heavy word that people get too hung up on. When you sing and dance, you can be in flow, but this is like you're just hitting the nail on the head. So I just really honor you for the work you've done, because that's it. You don't need to go to a mountaintop.
Thank
Now, all
you.
those things are beautiful. I'm not dissing on those things, and they can help guide you back in, but they need to help guide you back in, right? Then becoming addicted to a good thing. So
Right.
anyway,
And yeah, and to even get like a little bit off the topic of the TEDx stuff, but like I have to say, like, they like weird and bad things are still going to happen, but through the work that you and I have done, it's so much more tolerable, and I can handle things. And I'm able to say, okay, that's crappy, but right now I need to be in peace. So I kind of have to like leave that over here for now and stay in peace so I can get this done. And then we'll go back to that when I need to. So it's really, really nice. Yeah. I've been enjoying everything. So yeah, it's golden nuggets you're going to be giving them. I love that. Yeah. So I'm going to say, with the talk itself, this is actually your second TED Talk that you're doing. So congratulations. So you've already been there through the nerves and the adrenaline and all that kind of stuff. But how are you preparing for this talk? because this one's going to be live. You did the first one during the pandemic and it was a video, right? So this is the
Yeah,
first
totally different,
live
right?
one. Yes, yes.
Yes.
I'm excited for you.
So there's phases in preparation for me. So I've drafted the talk. That's phase one. Well, first really coming up with the right idea, which is burnout to brilliance. So that's done. And then next is drafting it out. And I'm now in the phase of where I need to finalize that, each of the points, to start to memorize. And I know some people have teleprompters or whatnot, but I really like memorize, like not memorizing, but having it naturally flow out, but have every word land. That's just me. And so then the next phase is going to be, it's kind of like a performance. I mean, I didn't realize in the first one, you have to kind of act out the different parts to have it land better, right? Like every single time I went in or out, like I was extremely conscious and aware of every gesture, and especially I had this much of a box. So you had to like really use the space laterally. And what'll be different this time in person is you have to use the stage and fill the energy for the whole room, which is a very different phenomena. And being a professional speaker and a keynote speaker for decades now, I started when I was to my first 1,000 people when I was like 12, doing a speech for being president of the school or whatever. So I started young. But for me, it's an art form. So it's about expanding the energy and delivering not just the words and the message, but like the energy of it will be the last phase. And then like the next phase is just all the mindset and the things you do beforehand to prepare and be really ready. And then day of showtime, right, you like let it all go, and whatever comes out is perfect. You know, they can edit stuff out if they need to, but yeah, that's how I'm preparing.
That's wonderful. I love it. Yeah, it is. It's so exciting. TED, most TED
TEDx, yes.
TED
I haven't been on
talks,
TED, just disclaimer, but
right.
TEDx.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's TEDx alumni, kind of thing. But it's a local organized event through TED itself. So, either way, being on that red carpet is like amazing, and it's extraordinary to be picked to be up there. So, one of the rules that they do say is that you're supposed to have it memorized. Like they don't use the teleprompters and things like that. So I think a lot of people that are like dreaming to get to TEDx one day, they need to know, like, there's a lot that goes into this idea worth sharing, and that's why it is such a prestigious thing to be picked to be up on that stage. They get millions of requests every year, people submitting their ideas, and only the select few actually get to make it up onto that stage. And thank God we have like all these different resources all over the country now, all these different TEDx's that is giving more opportunity, because people are just brilliant, and we love that people are able to share these ideas. So we are so lucky to have you. I got one final question. All right. This is not your first time to Wilmington, Delaware, is it?
It
Or will this be
is.
your Oh my gosh. Okay. So what is the most exciting thing like that you are looking for going to TEDx Wilmington? What are you looking forward to?
I don't know if I've even like been in that area. It's been a long time. I was born in Ohio. I've visited DC. I don't even think that's in the same like vicinity, right? I'm like not even aware. Like I'm like it's in this part of the U.S.
Don't
Not
even
sure how
worry
high
about
or
it.
low. It's like a
DC is only like an hour and a half away, so
Oh, it
you're
is.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever been to Philadelphia, except for maybe a layover, but like in the airport. So I don't even know what's there. Like it's Wilmington, so it's outside of Philly. It's about an hour, right, from the airport. Or
Right. 30 minutes. Yeah, we're not. It's
I'm
not far.
excited. Honestly, I'll be totally honest. I'm most excited to meet all the people that are in Wilmington and all the other speakers and so forth. So it's a people thing for me. And I'm sure they'll have, some gatherings and things to do out and about. That'll be exciting too. But I don't even know
Right.
what's out there to say I'm excited to
Well,
see.
I'm here, so that
That's everything. That's all I
that
need. Yeah.
thank you.
I am very excited
I'll
to
make
finally meet in person, right? And we've been virtual this whole time, so that's
I
exciting.
know that's going to
It's
be
always like,
very
oh,
exciting.
you're so tall, you're
I
so
know.
short. Yeah.
I'm the short one, just so you know.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, but no, we'll have a good time, and I'll make sure you get to see some of the best of Delaware while
Oh,
you're
that would
here.
be wonderful. What is the best of Delaware?
Absolutely.
Like, what's your number couple iconic things?
Oh my goodness. Man, you put me on the spot. Well, definitely the TEDx stage. I love the
Okay.
TEDx stage. I'm not gonna lie.
Good, good, nice.
And then we'll take you to some good
Gotta go.
places to eat, and we have a little area, shameless plug, trolley square area. We'll make sure you get to see that too, because that's a lot of fun. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
we'll make sure
Oh,
you
I
have
look
a
forward to
great
it.
time. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to make sure that we got some links down at the bottom. Anna, I'm going to make sure I get some links off of you too, so I can put them in as well. So anybody that wants to get a hold of you, they'll be able to get a hold of you, and you'll be able to give them much more on this energy that everybody needs. Everybody needs to know this stuff. So thank you, as always. As always.
Beautiful.
I'll
Thank
see you
you.
April 29th in Wilmington. Yes, for TEDx Wilmington. That is in Delaware. We're going to have such a good time. Looking forward to it.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.